Hi everybody, I'm super excited to have you join me for my first live online fashion illustration session. We will be illustrating for this time Roberto Cavalli Resort 2026. I just love this look because it's quite fun, the colors, it has a lot of leopard prints which I'm obsessed with. So yeah, we're going to be drawing this step by step together. And first I want to send you the materials list, everything that I'm going to be using for this particular illustration. As you can see, the color palette matches this look already. You don't have to go out and invest. I'll show you different ways if you don't want to buy too many things, but just to see what is going to be required or necessary for you to actually follow me along on this particular Zoom session. So that's the illustration here. I'm using, for my paper, Canson Graduate. I find this is kind of like my go-to. I love the off-white yellow color. I find it's much more interesting than using just white paper. So it's called Canson Graduate. It's mixed media. I'm using the A4 size and it's quite cheap. It's not that expensive, but feel free if you want to use normal white paper. I recommend using a mixed media or watercolor paper, any kind, just because we're going to do some water-based stuff and you don't want it to buckle. But up to you, you have options. You don't have to do this Canson paper at all. So that's Canson Graduate. And so let's go over the dry materials first. So I'm going to use this Winsor Newton Pro marker for the skin tone. It's Bisque. And that's just for this section here. And I quite like the Winsor Newton Pro marker for the skin tones. And then I'm going to be using the Tombow 922. And this is for this area in here, that part. But again, if you don't want to invest in this, you can use it as a paint as well. And for the darker area here, I'm just using a black felt tip marker. And this is just the Carand'AChe one that I just recently bought, the Pablo brush here. But any marker or even color pencil will do. We need a black color pencil anyways. So for the colors, these are my Carand'AChe ones. So I have this kind of brown, two textures. So one light brown and then one dark brown. So you can see that color here. And then I would like you to have a lighter version of that. So maybe a yellowy brown, but anything will do. These are Brun Noisette, brown, and ochre, light ochre. So I'll have all the list of this below. And then I would like you to have this tangerine red. So we can see that here. This one is called Vermillion from Carand'AChe. And then I like to have like a pinky, you know, just for the lip color here. And this one is called Purple. Yeah. And it's kind of magenta. I quite like this color. And then a black. So black color pencil. You can do this texture on top if you want to. So these are all the Carand'AChe ones. But equally, I have them in the Polychromos as well. So if you have Polychromos, it's the same. You have those three brown colors. So dark brown, which is burnt sienna. This one is burnt ochre, and I just got a yellowy brown one called cadmium orange. Yeah. So any three of these type of colors will do. I have a few of the red vermilion in the Polychromos, so let's see which one I prefer. I think for this, I think it's more of this one, which is dark cadmium orange. I think that matches more of the vermilion here. So that color there. And then a pinky. This one's more pinky than the magenta here, which is fine as well. So those are the color pencils that I would like you to have for this session. Obviously, you will need a black for this Polychromos if you're going to do black as well. And then and this is optional because you can use it from the gouache set or watercolor set, whichever ones. These are the new NeoColor 2 Aquarelle. So it's literally just the same. It comes out as a crayon, But once you put water on it as a paint, let me grab some water. It just becomes paint, and I'm just obsessed with this. So I'm using the pink one here, and then you can just add, and it becomes quite creamy. But if you don't want to invest in these, so I have, we don't need that one. So I have the orangey color here, which is Vermillion as well, so that matches. I have a pink one called Rose, and then a yellow one, which I don't know, I kind of use it for here, but it's not really necessary. Let me just take that out actually. So these two, I have it as like a paint, aquarelle, NeoColor 2 aquarelle. If you don't have those, it's fine. I have this palette, it's Carand'AChe. I don't know if you know, I just recently been there, so I have all their products. But this is the gouache set, and I'm using this color here, and then the ochre color here. And it comes with a white paint tube, which I think I used in all. So I have some here white, and then you can make this pink if you wanted to. So I can make that pink, which is very similar to that pink. So don't worry if you can't get those. I recommend having a gouache set, but if you have a watercolor set as well, that is totally fine. Let me just find mine. Sorry, watercolor set is totally fine as well. It just does the same job. Maybe this one is just a little bit thicker, but it's like a different outcome, but the colors will be the same. So feel free to do gouache or watercolor set. You just really need two colors, really. It's the red orange and then the yellow ochre. But if you need to make pink, obviously you do the red and then the white to make the pink. So yeah, that's pretty much the materials that you need. Probably you want an eraser and then a sharpener, but those are all the go-to things. And I think you just need one size brush. It could be any size brush. I have a medium size brush, and it's just to go over this part here. All right, so I'm looking forward to having you on the 12th of June, and see you then.